And it seems the workforce is split into a few camps this year, isn't it? There's those who've not been in the office since March, those who are already back, those who've never left. If you're still working from home, do you know what the sort of company plans are when it comes to getting the workforce back in the office? Because BBC research has shown that out of a group of the UK's largest 50 companies, not a single one of them has plans to return each and every member of staff full-time to the office anytime in the near future. Nearly half the companies questioned said they had no plans at all in place to return any staff to the office, ever. So are things changing about how we work? Let's speak to Nicky Jolley, who's the founder and managing director of Darlington-based HR company called HR Today. I mean, Nicky, what do you think? Is this the way things are going to be for many companies? Are some of them just never going to go back in the office?
Hi, Anthony. Thanks for having me back. It may be, yes. I think it's industry specific. I've got to be honest, because obviously manufacturing couldn't do that if they wanted to. But I do feel that we're going into a new world. It's going to be very different. I think some of the bigger companies need to be a little bit careful because I think it should be a two-way communication. I think they need to be looking at flexible options where some of the staff can come back if they want to. I think some companies may lose some fantastic calibre if they're not communicating with their teams and understanding the two-way in what their employees want compared to what their company wants. So it's going to be very different. Not sure I always want to go with it because I like being with people. You know me, I want to be with my people, I want to work with them, and I think there's a lot of creativity having people together. Working from home loses a lot of that, I think, personally.
Do you think not everything can be replaced with a Zoom call or a Microsoft Teams or whatever, Google, whatever?
No, I'm personally zoomed out. I'm sick of virtual networking. I'm sick of virtual of everything, to be honest. I can't wait to get out and network with real people and have that body language, and nothing can replace that. Zoom is actually quite exhausting, and Teams and all of that. There's no letting off. It's like being on a camera constant. Well, you are literally on a camera.
It's like we're all in Big Brother.
Yeah, exactly.
In the diary room 24/7, yeah.
You can't be yourself, can you? It's like acting rather than sat in a meeting where you might say something a bit silly and you think you get away with it. It's a bit harder when it's on a screen, personally, I think.
And you always face the camera to have the nicest part of your room that you're in.
The best side.
In the background. Yeah. Yes, of course. I'm always going to this bookshelf full of encyclopedias. It's where I spend all my time. It's interesting, isn't it, that some companies are saying that they've not noticed a drop at all in terms of productivity. Other companies saying as soon as they got them back in the office, they saw productivity skyrocket.
And that is the thing. It depends on the industry that you're in. It's very lonely working from home. IT, technology, that kind of thing, they need to focus. They need no distractions. And I can see how that can work. Some accountants, I think I've said this to you before, some accountants have seen productivity rise because they've been left to their own devices. They can work on accounts on a night when they're not necessarily distracted with the family. And some industries have gone up. Other industries, being at home, being remote, loses the creativity, loses that discussion, that debate, making sure that the right solution is picked. And I think some sectors have suffered from working from home. And I do think it depends on the nature of the business. I think it depends on the people who work in the business. And I think companies that are making blank decisions need to just be very careful. They need to communicate and ask what their people are wanting. Because people are applying for jobs that have been told they will stay at home. It's not what they want.
Nicky, thank you very much. Nicky Jolley, founder and managing director of Darlington-based HR company called HR Today.